Try it over here. And bring it in. Oh, there. Oh, he missed it, but there was a bite. There he is again. Oh my gosh, that's a big bass. I don't think I'm getting this guy in today. Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose this fish, guys. Well, good morning, everybody. Actually, it is 12:17, so good afternoon, everybody. Today, I think I'm gonna actually go for some crappie. I'm gonna target a specific species, and I haven't really crappie fished in a long time, so I'm kind of looking forward to trying. They've been draining this lake. The creeks have been really difficult. It's not that I'm not trying to catch fish in the creeks, but like there's only one spot, maybe two, that I feel really confident to catch fish, and I'm sure you guys don't want to see videos in the same spot over and over. So anyway, this is kind of the plan. I'm going to do some ultralight stuff and see if I can catch any crappie this morning on the ultralight. And if they're biting really well, it's going to be hard to fly fish here. I was going to say I might do some fly fishing out here, but I think I'm probably just going to stick to some ultralight and light action rods and go from there. Well guys, yet again it's really windy, so sorry about that. A microphone is coming. I'm just not allowed to buy it until after Christmas, and now she says after my birthday, which is February. But Kirsten, if you ever see this, I'm probably going to not wait until February. Here's a Zebco. That's random. Somebody's pole is here, but it's not mine. So here's what we're working with. We've got a riprap wall, and yeah, I think I want to start out around this little drainage system and work my way down that way. It looks like it's raining over there. That's weird. Must be the way the wind is flickering on the water. But let's start out right in here. I've got just a little crappie jig, little grub, pink, purple, blue flake, and I've got my crawdad here as well. All right, I'm excited to try to catch some crappie. I don't know if they're biting yet over here or not. I hope so though. That sure would be a blast. But with all the lake getting drained, it's actively draining. Over there is a spillway. I don't know, how active the fish will be when their environment is like actively draining, or if they really care. I mean, they gotta eat either way. But over here is the deep end of the lake, so as the lake is getting drained, we still have some water source here, and a lot of it. Question is, am I fishing in the right spots? Oh, there's a crappie. Okay, this plan is actually working. Sweet. All right, first fish of the day. Exactly what we're going after. Sorry it's so dirty. Just getting back in the water. Awesome. Okay, moving down. I had one fish and one bite off of that little drainage box or whatever. So I'm gonna move on down and see. We have more riprap over here, so that if they're hanging tight to the rocks at all, there's a bite. There's a fish. There's more of a chance over here than over there. Man, there we go. Okay, so this would be cool. I would love to catch a 13-inch crappie today. So that way I could have a Fish Ohio qualified fish. That thing is bright. Look at that. He's barely got any color. I don't know what that sound was. That sounded like something blew up. I'm sure somebody on this lake's Facebook page will make a comment about it. They're all nosy. Shouldn't say that, but anyway, I'm hoping to get a 13-inch crappie. Haven't got one in a number of years. I've only got a couple in my life, and that was before I knew of the Fish Ohio pin program. So anyways, don't have any this year. That'd be cool to get another Fish Ohio species, but If I don't, I don't. That's fine. I'm just going to enjoy catching these things. It's been a while. I want to cast closer to the bank here. See if there's any hanging on these rocks. Man, that wind is bad. I'm sorry, guys. I think they're actually going to be down deeper, further out, just in general. I want to just cover this right here in front of me. Oh, there's one. I have to reel so fast to get these things over the rocks right there. That's awesome. These things are such pretty little fish. I've caught so many of them, I kind of sometimes forget to take a moment to appreciate them. They're really cool looking. See you, buddy. All right, took my backpack off. That thing, I've got it way overloaded. I'm so bad at that. I need to just get like something for bass fishing, something for ultralight, something for catfish. But I have kind of most of everything in the one pack. There's a couple things that are separated, like some of my really big swim baits and musky baits and stuff like that, and my catfish stuff. Those things are not in there. Oh, there's a fish. Decent one. Well, a decent fighting one. Really. But anyway, I need to lighten up my backpack. You crazy thing, you're gonna make me go all the way down here. Where'd you go? Okay, that is not exactly what I had in mind. I'm not trying to kill the fish. There, one other little fella. Again, very bright colored, not a lot of markings. Pretty neat. Sometimes it's nice to just come out and not really fish in a bucket, but sort of feel like you are compared to a lot of the trips throughout the year. Sometimes, like, I'll go fishing in places that I know and places that I've done well at, and I can spend 6 hours before work fishing and catch 1 or 2 fish and just be in the heat of the day, exhausted and tired. I know it sounds terrible, how exhausting I'm fishing, right? But I mean, honestly, when you truck around as much as I do, and probably some of you do, you'd understand. It can wear on you mentally and physically, chasing after fish, especially when you're not catching them. So sometimes it's nice to just come in here and have bites and have fish somewhat consistently. Oh, even if they are small little crappie, it's still fun. I was going to say I'm gonna lose that one. I saw that coming from a mile away. I didn't really hook set real well. One problem with the ultralight. So speaking of ultralight, this is the rod I'm using. It's a very old now 5-foot ultralight moderate action St. Croix Premier rod. This thing is tiny, and as I stated, very, very ultralight. And I've got this thing paired with a I don't know how it's pronounced. It's a Legalis or a Legalis 100 or 1000D LT, and I have 6-pound fluorocarbon line on this. That's my lightest line that I use, and it's the only rod that I don't have braid on, with the exception of my fly rods. Every single other rod I use is straight braid, no leader. It's just what I do. So this one is a very unique setup to me. Probably pretty common to some of you guys, but how far can I cast? Not very far. I'm getting this thing out maybe 20 feet with these little crappie lures. It's probably as far as I'm going to get it. I mean, if I stick something really heavy on there, I can get it out further, but it's going to snap on the hook set, or I'll catch something that's probably going to be hard to get in, whatever. So I only use this thing pretty much for crappie, and sometimes secondarily I'll catch some sunfish on it. And also I'll use it for going in a couple of small creeks around here to catch some creek chubs. But it's pretty much the only things I ever use this for. I think we're going to move on down. We caught a couple over here. They've slowed down, so let's move on down the line here. This looks very fishy. Oh, there he is. Little one, I think. I don't know. He's about like the rest of them. So yeah, little. I guess if I want to get technical. All right. I'm just really surprised at how these things look. I've never caught crappie like this consistently. I mean, with no lines almost. Okay, yes, Kirsten, I got your text. I will put sealant around the little lines. Sorry, I got house projects going on there. And somebody, I don't think, quite read my last message all the way. I said I would seal it and paint it where I put a little panel in and you can see the lines on the outside. She texted me back, said, "You can see the lines. Can you seal it?" Yes, dear. All right, enough of that. You guys don't care about that. Oh, that one hit real hard and it hit toward me. My line just went slack all of a sudden. That's cool. As you can see, here's 2 casts in a row, and I usually cut the film between catches because it just makes it easier for editing purposes for me. But this is kind of showing you how the morning is going, or the afternoon. I didn't get out here till afternoon. There we go. Man, that guy was in there good and heavy. He wasn't coming off. That's a filled out one compared to the others. He's kind of got a little bit of an odd shape on his head. Yeah, I don't think they're all that way. Maybe I just now noticed something new about the crappie that I've never noticed before. Really short, but kind of chubby compared to the other ones. Well, there's 2 fish right there. Let's move down about 10 feet and see if it makes a difference. I like standing up here on top of these rocks. I'd get down lower, which would make it easier to catch the fish and get them in and stuff. Problem is, when I ultralight fish with a line or with a rod that's this flexible, I don't get good hook sets. Dude, there's a huge fish that just jumped down there. What was that? That had to be a bass. There's a fish. But I don't, holy cow, I don't usually get good hook sets. So I like to stand up here. That one ate it deep. Oh my goodness. A lot of times these fish will fall off the hook after I get them up here. And when I'm down in the rocks, they'll get lost in the rocks sometimes. That one's actually got some marks on him. A little bit. Compared to the other ones. Definitely more of a fighting fish. They're not super fat, but they're looking pretty healthy. Come spring, they'll fatten up. It'd be kind of cool to catch a random little bass out here, but oh my goodness, that's a nice one, or at least it feels like it. Geez, 2 in a row that have been pretty good size. This is the biggest one of the day so far. You stop your flipping. That would be, I mean, that's one that I'm very satisfied to catch out here at this lake. There's a bunch of little guys. So that one, that would be a good eating one here. Well, we have Thanksgiving coming up here in 3 days. Today is Monday. Thanksgiving is this Thursday. And I do have a lot to be grateful for. I have a pretty great family, both sides of my family. my side, my wife's side. They're all pretty daggone cool. And looking forward to seeing more of them this week to celebrate the holiday. Thankful for a good job, thankful for my church, thankful for Jesus who laid his life down on the cross in my place to cover my sins and cover your sins so that all of us can be in heaven someday too. And at that point, things will start to make a lot more sense for us. We are in a sin-filled world. It is just full of trouble and heartache, all kinds of things that the enemy just wants to put us through. I don't know about you all, but being in a place called heaven with no more pain and no more suffering, no sadness, none of that, that sounds pretty great. One thing I am curious about, and I think I know the answer, is will there be fishing or will there be hunting? So I'm enjoying it the best that I can right now. And to my knowledge, the Bible doesn't say anything about these animals going to heaven. I know a lot of people tell their kiddos, oh, the little doggy Johnny died and he's in heaven now. Well, okay, that's not biblical. But just because it doesn't tell us that, and some of you might know, and I might not have found this, but I wonder, like, do some of these animals or all of them end up in heaven? I assume these ones just go away. They die, they decompose, they have no spirit. But hypothetically speaking, what if all these fish that I've caught and deer that I've killed will end up there, and then I'm like in trouble because they remember me putting holes in their lips. And yeah, I should probably stop while I'm ahead. There's a bite. I wasn't catching any fish the whole time I was talking like that, and as soon as I said I should probably stop, I catch fish. I think maybe that's my answer. That guy's got a leech on him. Alright, dude. Get back in there. Oh no. That sounded like it hurt. They rarely land like that, but if they do, it's when I throw them really far. Daggone it. Kind of curious if I'll catch anything with the crawdad if I swap my baits out. I might try that here in a little bit to see if I'll catch crappie still, or maybe I'll catch some bass. Well, this dude hit that thing pretty quick. This color, I really like this color. In the spring, I catch catfish and carp on this thing, this exact bait, because it kind of looks like mulberries. And the mulberries, when they're falling in June, well, June-ish, you'll get schools of catfish and carp underneath of them. And when you toss that thing in there, they're on it, Johnny on the spot. They think it's mulberry falling out of the tree. They sit there and feed for hours on end under those trees, and you can pull out catfish with these little crappie jigs, as long as it's that color or something similar to it, or like a light pink or even a green if it looks like a berry that's maybe not completely ripe yet. It's pretty amazing what all you can do with these little guys. But it's sketchy when you get those bigger fish on a little ultralight like this. Don't always get them in. I think they're hitting this thing on the fall. Well, maybe. It's like I let it fall, and then when I start bringing it in, it's like they're right there. I've had some hit as I'm taking it in, but often I'm finding I'm setting it down, I let it drop for a few seconds, and when I start bringing it in right here, boom. Like I said, not consistent, especially when you're trying to make a point. that's when it won't typically happen. But that seems to be the pattern that I've had so far. Let's try it over here. And bring it in. Oh, there. Oh, he missed it, but there was a bite. There he is again. Oh my gosh, that's a big bass. I don't think I'm getting this guy in. Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose this fish, guys. He's got some black on him, some cool pigmentation. These rocks are so slick. This is one of the cooler bass that I've actually caught. Lord, you help me to get this guy in. He's hooked in the roof of his mouth. It's a good spot. Just don't shake, buddy. Come here. Yeah, don't do that. Oh my gosh. What just happened? Hang on. We gotta get a good look at this guy. That's a fat bass. Hooked right in the roof of the mouth. Perfect. If he wasn't hooked right there, man, I don't think I would have got him in. What a stud of a bass. This guy, he's got some cool markings on him. Wow, wow, wow. Dude, look at all of the pigmentation. How cool. And he's got some marks right there and right there. Something was trying to get him. Man, I'd love to see what was trying to get this guy. It could have been like the leeches or maybe something like that. But let's get him back in there. He's a little heavier, so I'm not going to toss him from way up top. Those little crappie don't weigh anything. But this fella, I think, you know, I don't want to hurt it. But man, what a beautiful fish. One more picture if I can manage. This is not how the trailer was supposed to go, or not the trailer, whatever the picture is that I always forget the name of. Come on, I need some light. There we go. The one where I actually like have a picture to kind of host my video. See you, buddy. Thank you for that. What an awesome catch. All right, well, that was a little distracting. That's one that he was fighting pretty good. I thought, man, that's a big old crappie. If that was a crappie, man, I would have got my fish Ohio. But that's one of those ones where you just don't think you're going to get it on this little line. I'm super thankful I did. That was awesome. Well, it's going to be kind of hard to top that little experience. What a catch. Thank you, Lord. Got this pilot up here and this little puddle jumper. He's been flying around like crazy. I don't know who that is. Making some noise in the background for you guys along with the wind. You know, good old... Oh, hello. That was a good bite. Good old filming struggles. Maybe one of these days I'll try to up my equipment and use some nicer stuff, but I just really enjoy the GoPros. I just throw it on my chest and click record, and that's that. It's got two buttons. It's got power on, power off, and it's got start and stop. Now, yeah, there's some settings and stuff in there that you can mess with, but you don't have to. I just kind of leave it on whatever it is, and I go with it for all of my fishing trips. Now, when I'm hunting, it goes up on my head, but otherwise, everything's pretty much the same. Hop out of there, Sonny. There you go. It's so tiny. After catching that bass, this little fella, just like a little minnow, little fishy nugget. See you, dude. if there's anything else in here. So we caught a lot of crappie and we caught a bass. Will we snag any catfish or any perch or anything like that? I'd say probably not, because my time is quickly running out. I didn't have a whole lot of time to spend here. Oh, there's a little crappie. Yes. Well guys, I know this is probably pretty repetitive, but like I said before, sometimes you just gotta enjoy catching some fish. Sometimes the numbers really help.
Catch anything?
Yeah, some crappie.
Is that what you're doing, crappie fishing?
Mostly, yeah.
You got like a YouTube channel or something?
Yeah. Load up the car, hop out of here. I've got just over an hour to make an hour drive and get to work, so timing is just right. I was going to fish a little bit more, but that's all right. We caught a pretty good batch of fish this morning and had a good time doing it. Remember, y'all are loved by the Lord. Jesus lived here on earth for a little over 30 years and lived a perfect life, died for us in our place, even though we deserve that. So just don't take that for granted. It's a gift we can all accept and have eternal life. Hope to see you out on the water. If not, I'll see you in heaven someday. God bless.